It isn't safe, Ozma.
They've breached the gate!
Your Majesty, we need to get you to safety.
Where is Scarecrow? Where are they?
Somewhere safe, under my protection.
So brave. So foolish. Step down.
Your hold over me was broken long ago.
A temporary setback. Enough! Nice of you to step in, Lacosta.
It's a common theme with us, isn't it?
What's that?
Me restoring the balance when you make a mess of things?
You're on the wrong side of this battle.
It's not too late to turn yourself in, Mombi.
If Ozma had her way, she'd be the only one allowed to practice magic at all.
She's protecting our people.
From who?
You.
Too bad there's nobody left to protect you.
Blue. I'm missing my blue.
Copper.
No blue.
I need copper.
Copper.
Blue.
No,
not that copper.
Which
Thicker
then?
coil.
On the
Your
shelf
blue?
in the back.
Of course, try the third to left drawer.
Not sky.
One memory restored.
A pivotal puzzle piece.
But how to make the memory memorable?
The waves wax and wane.
The pieces are coming together like clockwork.
The tide is rising.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Change
Tick,
is
tock.
coming. The dream?
Yes.
Same one?
Woman in white.
Did she speak this time?
She tried. She reached out for me.
I haven't seen her in weeks.
Weeks?
Well, maybe days. I'm not sure.
How is this one? How is this one?
Ah, Ozma of Oz. It's fascinating. Maybe my favorite yet.
You say that about every book.
I always mean it.
I know. You always mean everything you say.
I love stories.
Yes, I know.
It's been ages since you told me a new one.
My memory is just so
Foggy?
cloudy.
Ah.
Yes.
Tea?
Sure.
Earl Grey?
Breakfast.
Out.
Green?
Sure. Crackers?
Why not?
You don't want to save them?
For what?
I don't know. A special occasion?
Like a birthday?
I guess. I'm not sure when we'd even know to celebrate.
Okay. Let's just say today counts as a birthday for both of us. It's a special day.
Not special, but different.
Sure.
It's almost time.
Yes.
Hello?
Zeb, it's good to see you.
I convinced them to let me bring you food tonight.
And who exactly is they?
You know that I can't say anything.
Can't or won't?
Can't.
Yes, we know.
And yet you try every time I come in.
I can't help it, Zeb.
You're curious.
To say the least.
I wish I were able to say more. I just can't get caught telling you about...
About what?
I should go. They'll be upset if they know I was talking to you at all. I snuck you an extra treat.
Sweets?
It's some extra fiber.
Oh.
Thank you.
Have a good dinner. I hope I'll see you soon. Be sure to consume everything.
We will. Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz.
It's early. The past few have had weeks between book drops. You just received the last one a week ago.
No, it was 2 days ago.
Really?
Time can be so confusing.
I thought it was a week.
It's tough to say.
Sometimes I think that we've been here for years. Sometimes it feels like hours.
I wonder what happens to Dorothy in this one. I can't wait.
You haven't even finished Ozma of Oz yet.
Ozma's so intriguing. Did I tell you that she was once a boy?
Didn't I tell you that?
Did you?
I think so. You know, my memory is so flighty.
Foggy.
Cloudy.
Anyway, she was. An evil witch hid her away as a boy named Tip.
Because she was the rightful heir to the Emerald Throne.
Can you imagine?
Throne made of emeralds.
There's an entire emerald city in Oz.
It's not exactly true.
Isn't it?
I don't think it is. But now I can't remember.
Me neither.
But she's a girl again.
Ozma? Last I checked. Who knows? All sorts of things seem to happen in Oz. Here.
What is your name? Said Dorothy, thinking.
I don't want to be spoiled.
You need to hear this.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Trust me.
Always.
What is your name? Said Dorothy, thinking she liked the boy's manner and cheery tone of his voice. Not a very pretty one, he answered, as if a little ashamed. My whole name is Zebediah, but folks
What is it?
just call me Zeb.
Zeb?
Right here!
Maybe it's a common name.
I know we've always been in here, but something tells me it's not.
Zeb?
But what if it is?
I don't know. What if? Does it mean anything?
It might. He's the one who keeps slipping us those books.
I wonder.
What in the...
What does it say?
It's
What?
an arrow.
What's it pointing towards?
I think it's the way out.
Almost.
Finished.
Nearly.
Completed.
Smith.
There aren't enough seconds.
Tick.
They're nearly out of
Talk.
time.
Finished.
A way out?
I can't understand it, though. It's not telling us to escape through the door.
That's curious.
It looks like it wants us to crawl right through the wall. The concrete wall. Some escape plan.
It's not just pointing at the wall. It's pointing right at my book cove. The waves.
What?
The tide is rising. Are you all right?
I think so.
Where do you think we are?
I have no idea.
You don't think.
What is it?
I just... In here, Dorothy found her way to... There was a storm.
A tornado?
No, a different book. This time she was at sea, and her ship was wrecked, and...
You can't be serious.
Why not? We just traveled through a painting. Zeb showed up in one of our books.
Okay, point taken. I'm still feeling a bit incredulous.
We don't even know where we were.
Or how long that we had been there.
How we got there.
Our names.
The road to Oz. That's the next one in the sequence.
How curious that it would be here.
Right. Quite the coincidence. We left the arrow behind, didn't we?
I'm not sure it matters now.
Maybe we should keep moving. Outside?
I think so.
It's been so long since we were outside.
Has it?
It was a year ago.
Or last week?
Or yesterday.
We were so much younger then.
Seems like it's been forever since we saw sunlight.
Forever is an awfully long time.
Should we bring anything?
Definitely the book. Do we need all of these?
Yes.
Are you sure?
There has to be a reason we've been given them.
All of Oz? What about the others? Surely we don't need all of these. Books are heavy.
I don't think that we've been getting them by accident.
Let's keep moving then.
To where?
What would the books say?
To follow the road.
Which road?
I guess it depends on where we are when we find ourselves outside.
What should we look for?
Colors.
Well, all right.
Trust me.
Always.
I did it! I'm back! But where are they?
I haven't seen Ervik around today.
I haven't seen Ervik around all week.
He was supposed to drop by and take a look at my cauldron yesterday.
I hope he isn't bored with me.
Sister, he isn't anything with you.
I don't see what's so special about Ervik.
Ervik is a gem.
An Ozian treasure.
And not bad to look at.
You should be ashamed.
You do well to mind your tongue, Ginger.
Nobody asked you for your input.
If you're not careful, we'll make an example of you.
Threatening me isn't wise. You all know that I'm under Mombi's protection. You treat Ervik as if he's a commoner. He's a decorated warrior, and you're asking him to fix your household appliances? Have some respect for him. And yourselves.
Hello, Ginger. Your armor looks especially defensive today.
Your tunic is on backwards.
That was on purpose. It was part of a bit that I did.
Ladies.
Your Highness.
Your Highness.
Admiral Ginger.
Your Highness.
Ervik.
He hasn't reported in today, ma'am.
Indeed.
Is there anything that I can assist with?
I appreciate the eager attitude, but no. Status reports.
Winky Country is under control.
Nothing new to report from Quadling territory.
The Munchkins are little terrors as usual. Well, they are. They're under control, of course, but they make me really uneasy. Pull yourself together, West, or I'll find someone to take your place. You're not irreplaceable, so step up and don't disappoint me. All is well in the Emerald City. They're throwing me a parade next week.
Your Highness, is that the best use of our time?
Oh, Ginger, you bloodthirsty little minx. That's what I love about you. You're so focused on the task at hand. It's important when leading a group of people that you let them believe that good times are here.
Why?
If they feel like celebrating, they're less likely to recognize that they're being oppressed.
Yes, but...
If they don't recognize that they're being oppressed, they're easier to what?
Control. They're easier to control.
Good. And why do we want to control them? To do our bidding. South?
Power, you idiots!
Good. It looks like you've learned a thing or two since your last attempted coup, haven't you?
I'd certainly do things a little differently this time around.
Well, you won't need to, because now Mombi is leading the charge. There. Your heart was in the right place. I admire your spunk. Why do you think you're here? I mean, assembling an all-female army and taking on the Scarecrow? That was beautiful.
Old prophet scum.
Yeah, great army, until they were taken down by a bunch of mice.
Try my patience.
We all have our weaknesses, West. Thirsty? I took care of that pesky straw man, and the rest of Ozma's ragtag band of misfits will soon follow.
Your Highness, I apologize for my lateness.
I presume you have a good reason?
I do.
Well,
They're here.
where?
They're close, in the land of Ev, just over the impassable desert.
How did this happen?
They traveled by painting.
Tinker and Smith. I knew that we should have incapacitated them.
You know why we can't, Ginger. Are they alone?
Last I saw, yes. The rebellion hasn't found them yet. Good. We can still get to them first.
It's only a matter of time.
How are they going to get here? They're on the other side of the impassable desert.
They really should just change the name. It's not that impossible.
Princess Ozma has figured out a dozen ways to cross it.
What did you say?
I'm sorry, Mombi. I'm sorry, it slipped out. You are the one true ruler of Oz. We know.
He has a point, Your Highness.
I do? I do.
The rebellion has 2 leaders who have crossed the impassable desert before. It only serves to assume that they'll find a way now.
What are you proposing?
If you provide the transportation, I will secure them.
If I get you there, will you find your own way back?
I am resourceful.
I know, dear. That's why I give you the fun tasks.
I should go too.
No, I need you here.
But Your Highness!
Ervik is capable of retrieving 2 children on his own. We have work to do. Use the golden cap to have the winged monkeys fly him across.
But I only have 2 uses left.
And
Yes, Your Highness.
I truly appreciate it.
Oh, well, you're welcome, Ervik. Anything for you.
And now I must ask my sisters to join me in my chambers for some continued discussion. You understand, Ginger and Ervik?
I wish that you would let me know the plan.
All in due time, my dear.
I will see you soon, with hostages in tow.
That's the spirit.
So, you're going on assignment again, and I'm stuck here. Again.
If it'll keep you safe, it's what I'll do.
You think that I need your protection? That's rich.
It's not about you needing protection. It's about me wanting to protect you.
My brain is telling me to slap you.
And your heart?
Hearts will never be practical until they can be made unbreakable.
Quoting old prophets? You're better than that, Ginger.
I'm not sure that I am.
Oh?
I'm falling for you, aren't I?
That's not very nice.
I never said that I was nice, Ervik. Just strong-willed.
I love strong women.
Seriously, Ginger! You are a fierce warrior! No man can hold you back from your destiny!
We know from Ervik's intel that Ozma and her gaggle of traitors are in Ev. But I don't expect them to stay for long.
You think they're coming here?
To the city?
I would assume so.
I'm sure Ervik will stop them.
They're going to attempt anything they can to restore the memories of the relics now that they've escaped.
And what happens if Ervik fails?
Don't be simple. I have more resources at my disposal than just one soldier.
Your Highness.
I may need to call on your services.
Ready and waiting.
The relics have been discovered.
Where are they now?
Ev.
Status report?
Still waiting on Ervik to intercept them and send us his latest intel. What I know is that they've escaped.
How did that happen? Do we know?
I have one guess.
Zeb?
I knew that we shouldn't have trusted him.
He better be in hiding.
Or what? Oh.
Temper, dearest Tin Man. You'll have your chance for bloodshed soon enough.
What now?
We wait for word from Ervik. How would you like to be my escort for a parade?
It would be an honor.
One of the old prophets on my arm? That's going to win over a lot of dissenters.
Another prophet overboard.
What colors were we looking for again? I really don't think this place seems like the Oz you told me about.
You're right. We might be on the outskirts.
Outskirts?
Oz itself is broken down into 4 quadrants. Gilligan Country to the north, purple. Winky Country to the east, yellow. Quadling Country to the south, red. And Munchkin Country to the west, blue.
That's right. I'm starting to remember.
And they each have a brick road that leads them through the center of Oz. And that's where the Emerald City is.
All right. Then where are we? I don't see any roads.
Surrounding Oz is an impassable desert. And then there are the realms all around it. Gnome Land, Rose Kingdom, the Land of Ev, and so on. I wish I could get a higher view to know which way to go.
A higher view. Wouldn't that be an adventure?
It would, wouldn't it?
Where do you think we are?
I don't know.
I guess it doesn't matter.
We just need to find a way to get across the desert.
How?
I think that what we need is to find someone who has crossed it before.
We haven't seen anyone at all, let alone someone who has passed an impassable desert.
We need to find Dorothy or Ozma.
How do we even know that they exist?
Well, Zeb was in the books, and he exists.
I suppose that's true.
Zeb. I wonder what happened to him. He's still wherever
Wherever he was.
There's still a lot we don't know.
I'm hoping that we remember our names first. I would love to have a name.
A name would be nice. I wonder what they are.
I bet your name is very smart.
Really?
Absolutely. Something that a very studious reader would have.
Oh, and yours must be strong.
You think that I'm strong?
You're the strongest person that I know.
The only other person that you know is Zeb.
True. But I bet I'd still feel that way even if I knew 100 people.
Well, thank you.
Snap, snap, snap.
Run!
Where?
Can we get around it?
We can try.
Snap, 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 snap. How, wow, 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 wow.
Hey!
Wow, wow.
You keep it!
Ha!
Thank you. Oh no.
Hey,
Oh,
it hurts.
excuse
Get
me.
off.
Stop.
Come on!
Why are you doing this?
Why bother rescuing us at all?
It's for your own protection. You shouldn't know the way to where I'm going. I can't have our opposing camp torturing you for details if they get their hands on you. Our secrets are too crucial.
Who are you?
I am Ervik.
Ervik.
Which book is he from?
I don't know. I don't think I've gotten that far.
What are you two talking about?
Nothing.
I'm not going to hurt you. Trust me. We're here.
Where?
All in due time.
Ervik,
Captain,
what do we have here?
the two that we've been searching for.
The relics.
Yes.
Bring them in.
It's gotten so dark out.
I can barely see.
Lion and tiger and...
Oh my.
Griffin, try not to startle the relics.
Unicorn, at your service.
Lion, at your service. I am Captain Fighter, at your service.
Griffin. At your service.
I am incredibly famished.
Tiger, you just ate.
And yet, here we are. I'm so hungry that I could eat a baby.
Tiger!
You know that I never would. I couldn't live with the guilt. Not even for the brief moment of deliciousness.
Have a s'more.
Don't mind if I do.
Pardon me for the intrusion.
Intrusion.
What are you going to do with us?
Ervik, what did you tell them?
Just that they couldn't know the way here for their own safety.
After tying us up.
He did save us from that huge, scaly thing. Running with the crocodile, huh?
South's little pet.
Nothing little about that thing.
No wonder she's terrified.
That and the fact that you told her you like to eat babies.
I did not. I just said that I could. I'm so hungry.
Yes, we know. You're always hungry. Here, have a banana.
Thank you.
My dear, you're our guests.
Guests? Well, that's a relief.
Can you help us to cross the impossible desert?
Cuts right to the point, doesn't she?
I like a girl who gets to the point.
Well, we can't, but I believe that our general can. She should be back soon with her first in command.
She?
The fiercest female in all of Oz. They're really a toss-up.
Wanna bet?
Tiger, my dear, there's no need for that. You're truly the most magnificent defender, but I'm honored to be compared to Dorothy.
Did you bring me anything?
Of course.
An entire lunch pail!
I could scarcely believe it when we saw a lunch pail tree orchard. I had to treat you. It has ham and Swiss.
My favorite!
Here you are, Fran.
I thought the lunch pail trees were all wiped out.
It looks like Mommy missed at least one food supply.
That, or we're seeing some new life thanks to the relics returning.
Ervik, it's good to see you. I didn't expect you so soon, or I would have picked you dinner too.
I'm fine, thank you. I ate before leaving the Emerald Palace.
How is the city, Ervik? I'm so worried about my people.
Spirits are better than expected. Some of that has to do with the forgetting.
Forgetting?
Oh, hello there. They're here? I didn't realize.
Yes, we're here, although we don't know why. Who are you?
That's Dorothy!
Dorothy? The Dorothy?
At your service.
Right, from the books. Well, as long as you are, why are we here? You're the key.
To what?
Everything.
Our future? That's not very specific.
Mind who you're speaking to. Let the Queen of Oz finish her sentences.
Tiger, dear, these two are important. Let them have their say.
Your Highness, ma'am, we don't know who we are or exactly how we got here.
What do you know?
We were in a room,
Just the two of us.
but sometimes we'd see Zeb.
Zeb.
Zeb would sneak us books.
Sometimes extra treats.
He helped us to escape.
Zeb. Zeb helped you to escape?
He slipped us a map
Sort of.
that pointed us to the exit.
We came here through a painting, which seems hard to believe, but it's what happened. Smith.
And Tinker.
Do you know who we are?
Yes,
You know our names?
we do.
But we can't tell you.
You can't?
There's a curse. Placed by Mombi.
I absolutely despise that witch.
Nobody in Oz has the ability to reveal the names of the relics.
We're the relics.
This curse is very inconvenient.
For all of us, it'd be a lot easier if we could just say, hey!
Literally tongue-tied.
There is a great deal of power in a name, and to discover it yourselves is immeasurably important.
But how do we discover that?
It will come at the right moment, my dear. Great.
You said that we were the key. The key to what?
Mombi and her sisters have overthrown the Ozian government.
They've turned Oz into a terrible place.
The people are terrified.
They're being held captive.
Afraid to fight back.
Surely there's power in numbers. Mombi has taken away the most important thing that the people could need.
What's that?
Their memories.
No thief, however skillful, can rob one of knowledge. And that is why knowledge is the best and safest treasure to acquire.
But Mombi has taken their memory, and without memories, we don't know what we know.
How did she take their memories?
By force.
Mombi has been forever marked for the violence she has committed against others in Oz.
Like, in her heart?
Try on her face. Your Highness, I'm afraid that we need to get moving.
Yes, dear Tiger.
Where are we going?
We're heading to find Lurline.
Lurline? Long ago, when Oz was merely a normal place, like any other outside realm, Lurline was the fairy queen who initially enchanted Oz with magic. She is the reason that Oz is the magical place that it is. Or was.
We believe that if we find Lurline, we can restore balance to Oz.
How do we find Lurline?
We believe that Smith and Tinker are the key to finding her. They were the last to see her, and the ones that she trusted the most. That's a lot of finding. Okay, so how do we find Smith and...
Tinker.
They're the reason you're here.
Smith is the most gifted painter in Oz. They say that his landscapes are so realistic that they literally come to life.
You can disappear into them. Tinker is a gifted inventor.
He creates the most amazing contraptions.
Rumor has it that he's been working on a piece that will recover lost memories.
Seems useful, considering.
Most of us have been affected in some way by the loss of memory.
It's just so hard to tell who and what was lost. How do we find Smith and Tinker?
We need to determine where they might have fled to. Their workshop is not far from here, and last that we checked, it was abandoned. Definitely still abandoned.
They're in the Emerald City.
How do you know that?
They traveled there. I helped them to escape by distracting Ginger.
Distracted her how?
I did what I had to do.
Ervic. What matters now is that we get moving.
How are we traveling this time?
By rainbow. Polychrome! Ozma, my dearest friend! Hello, Polly. This is Polychrome. She moves so beautifully.
Her father rules the skies above Oz.
She has to dance to keep warm when she's far from the sun.
Hello, Miss Polychrome.
My dear Captain, it's been so long. I love a good romance. Polly once saved the Captain from rusting alone in the woods.
Just like you did with the Tin Man.
I see you know your history.
Speaking of, where is he? And the Scarecrow?
Casualties of war, I'm afraid.
I never really thought about people dying in Oz.
It's very rare.
Or it used to be.
Polly, can you help us to cross the desert?
By cloud? Or wind? Or...
We were thinking rainbow this time.
It would be my pleasure. All aboard!
We'll fly on ahead.
See you on the other side.
We're about to ride on a rainbow.
Everything is happening so quickly. How do we know if we can trust them?
How do we know if we can trust Ozma, the true ruler of Oz?
It's just a lot to take in.
It's an adventure. Isn't this better than being trapped in a room?
I suppose so. Oh no, Oh, help! Help!
I'm so worried about her.
You better let me go.
Or what?
We'll get her back.
I don't understand how they knew where she was in the first place.
Or you'll have to answer to my new friends.
You mean the rebellion? I could take them down myself.
They have a lion,
A washed-up kitten.
a tiger.
All it would take to distract him is a cookie.
How do they find out? I'll tell you. Someone is feeding them information. My money's on the double agent.
Me? I've been nothing but loyal. I delivered them in the first place.
To throw us off the trail.
Tiger, nothing good comes from accusing our allies. There's always an explanation. Back when Dorothy first came to Oz, we were spied on through a crystal ball. Magic is difficult to predict, especially when used by the wrong individuals.
Your team has a double agent. You know that, right? They ratted you out. What? The rebellion is cracking, and you're finally with the team that's going to win. I'm not with you.
Literally speaking, you kind of are.
I know that you think we're the wrong side. I've been in this place for less than an hour. I'm not sure what to think. Listen, my boss has a bad reputation, I know that. But she's giving me a second chance. She believes that I can lead. She knows that I can fight. She's going to let me command her army when we finally finish this.
That's enough, Ginger. Let the girl have a moment to take in her surroundings.
Thank you.
You've probably had your head filled with all sorts of things, but I assure you, I want what's best for Oz.
I'm sorry that you've been swept up in this. I just want to restore things to the way that they were. I want what's best for Oz.
I don't feel like this is my battle.
Why am I being dragged into this? You matter.
You're more important than you know.
You're the key.
You said that before.
Why do you hate Ozma so much? I think she's lovely.
What's so bad about Mombi?
Under Ozma, this land was weak. She only allowed a few chosen individuals to use magic.
Talk about favoritism.
Her rules were misplaced. Strict embargoes on us, but commoners were allowed to run rampant and do what they liked. It was chaotic.
My people used to be free.
I am creating order, structure in a structureless place. Part of what made Oz so magical was the unexpected. I've met so many incredible creatures here. And under Mombi's rule, they've been stripped of their creativity and free will.
And Ozma prevented the misuse of magic. It made Oz a safer place.
Enough talk. about her. It's time to find out what the rebels are up to.
I'm not going to tell you anything.
You don't have a choice.
Fascinating.
What is it?
The curse is holding strong. Ozma hasn't told the relics.
They still don't know?
They don't. We need to find Smith and Tinker.
Why?
They're trying to find Loreline.
Loreline?
No one has seen her in generations.
If anyone can find her, it's those two. That's where they're headed. And we need to reach them first.
How do we know where Tinker and Smith are?
Ozma's camp has been journeying to the city. Which means...
They've been here this whole time?
Hurry, find them first.
Yes, Your Highness!
All of you!
Mombi is on the move.
How do you know?
Don't question it, kid.
If that's the case, we need to get moving. We can't let her find Tinker and Smith first.
You're right.
Let's go.
I know, lass, it's terrible. This business of stealing memories is so messy and cruel. Look at me, how far I've fallen. The old me would have relished this sort of plot, but now, working under that witch, I just feel so terrible for her victims. I see the aftermath, the wreckage. You've already had so much taken. I don't know what it would take to make you remember. Makes me miss pillaging.
The tide is rising.
Tick-tock.
Ozma,
Mombi,
you know that you can't win this fight.
I know that we have to.
You really think that your ragtag petting zoo is any match for me and my sisters? I think you better watch what you say, you evil hag. Tin Man? You're...
Finally fighting the right battle.
I was going to say alive, but...
It's not too late to stand up for what's right, Dorothy.
How can you say that? You know what she did to Scarecrow.
Scarecrow? You think that getting rid of that straw man was Mombi's doing? You all follow Ozma blindly and can't see the damage that she's done to our land.
You traitor.
How much has she stolen from you? Do you remember me at all?
I remember the trouble that you've caused.
He's not the only traitor.
Now, Ginger. Let's not jump to conclusions. Ervik has been nothing but loyal to us so far. That's what he wanted you to think.
Is it? Maybe it's time you reevaluated your loyalties, little girl.
I'm loyal to Oz, and its people, and the rightful ruler of this land.
This doesn't have to result in any more violence, Mombi. Just let me take Tinker and Smith with me.
Maybe you're right. Seriously? Of course not. I'm not an idiot. And I'm certainly not letting you take my only option for finding Loreline.
You.
Me? Yes. I know what you're trying to do. And it's going to be a pleasure to stop you. And add a new piece to my collection. You think I want your cat. I could never afford the grocery bill. A road to rule the skies, however.
No.
To rule Oz will be delicious. To have power over the skies above Oz, that will be intoxicating.
Polly is innocent.
Thank you.
She and her father are not a part of this battle.
Innocent souls have the most refreshing memories.
Let's go, Rainbow Girl. You can join these two.
Take this!
Polly, hold on.
Do you still think that magic should be allowed to flow freely without any rules? Look at the casualties! First Scarecrow, now Polly. I've had enough of your squawking. Find them. Bring me Tinker and Smith. Keep an eye on the relics, or you'll meet the same fate as that infuriating straw man. Understood?
Aye, aye.
Hello.
Oh, I'm so glad that you're safe. I was so worried.
Have we met before?
I know that you think that I'm your enemy.
I know that you are.
Really? You don't even know your name.
Do you?
Sure. But, curses. What can you do?
Why are you working for that evil witch?
Sometimes we have to take measures to protect ourselves for the greater good.
You'll forgive me if I don't trust you.
You will soon.
Where are we going?
We have a limited window before they realize that we're gone.
Oh dear.
You remember me, right?
Should I?
They've been wiped. The girl within the hour. I was hoping that you two might be the ones to jog their memories. We have to move. We can do this when we reach the safe house.
You're right. We can't be late. Oz was not always a fairyland, I am told.
Once it was like other lands, except it was shut in by a dreadful desert of sandy wastes that lay all around it, thus preventing its people from all contact with the rest of the world.
Seeing this isolation, the fairy band of Queen Lurline passing over Oz while on a journey enchanted the country and so made it a fairyland.
And Queen Lurline left one of her fairies to rule this enchanted land of Oz, and then passed on and forgot all about it.
From that moment on, no one in Oz ever died.
Those who were old remained old.
Those who were young and strong did not change as years passed them by.
The children remained children always, and played and romped to their heart's content, while all the babies lived in their cradles and were tenderly cared for and never grew up.
So people in Oz stopped counting how old they were in years, for years made no difference in their appearance and could not alter their station.
They did not get sick, so there were no doctors among them.
Accidents might happen to some on rare occasions, it is true, and while no one could die naturally, as other people do, it was possible that one might be totally destroyed.
Such incidents, however, were very unusual, and so seldom was there anything to worry over that the Oz people were as happy and contented as can be.
Another strange thing about this fairy land of Oz was that whoever managed to enter it from the outside world came under the same magic spell of the place and did not change in appearance as long as they lived there.
I thought that your memory maker had to retrieve existing memories.
It does.
On the nose.
You mean...
You were there?
You both were.
Perhaps it's time.
Time for what?
The truth.
The whole truth.
About us.
And Oz.
And other places.
Spit it out, boys!
Tiger.
Sorry, we just haven't eaten in days.
We had dinner an hour ago.
Lurline is our mother.
In the beginning,
She gifted us with our abilities.
it's thanks to her
That we can do what we do.
And that's why you're rumored to know how to reach her.
Precisely. Smith has the ability to paint the way to Lurline's location, but we need some very special supplies.
Of course we do.
My dear Tiger, I'm sorry that I didn't divulge this information before. Please don't think that it means I value or trust you any less. I was bound to secrecy until the twins were ready to reveal this themselves.
Wait a second. Twins? These two?
Don't let our looks fool you.
We're fraternal.
I think that's enough for now.
Fighter, how is she?
But she barely has any color remaining. Dorothy, if we don't reach assistance soon, I fear the worst.
We're close, Fighter. I promise.
I'm afraid that I share the captain's concerns.
We're moving as fast as we can. Our party is too large, and you're not at your best.
Polly needs to repair more than I do.
Your Highness, I can fly polychrome ahead. We'd have to separate.
Thank you, Griffin. I think that's best.
I'm not leaving her.
My dear, you're not.
It might be her only hope.
She healed me once.
And now it's your turn to let her be healed.
You all right?
It's critical that I perfect this.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Well,
Name it.
I need someone other than myself to try this out.
All right, give it here.
You might not be prepped for what you see. And remember,
If it's the truth, then I'm ready for it. We're going to get through this, right?
Yes, we have allies, and we're fighting for the good of Oz.
I'm still worried.
I'll let you in on a secret. So am I.
Really?
Mombi. Well, let's just say we have a history.
Right. Being imprisoned as a boy.
There's more to it than that.
I'm all ears.
You know that my father was the rightful ruler of Oz. Well, let's just say Mombi found a way to dispose of him. There's something about having your closest friend taken away from you. It can break your heart. Change you on the inside.
I don't know what I'd do if she took you away. Or Toto, for that matter.
Well, you won't have to worry about me. I'm not going anywhere. Except maybe to check on Tiger. He should have been back by now. I'll be just a second.
All right. Hello, Dorothy. It's time we finally met, isn't it? You've been taking such good care of my dear friend, Ozma. But she really doesn't need any protecting. It's really you. You and that other boy and girl who need to be protected. What a sweet little dog. I bet that he's your best friend, isn't he? Why? Because I can. What is taking them so long?
I'm sure they'll be here soon.
We all know that Jester is incapable of completing tasks.
But Ervic?
I should have stayed with him until the task was finished.
That's enough.
But Your High...
Ervic and Ginger are more than capable of cleaning up any mess that Jester has made. We have preparations to finish.
Mombi!
Hello, dear. I hope that you're ready to cooperate.
You know me better than that.
It was just a courtesy, LaCosta. I don't need you to be ready.
I dethroned you once. You don't think I can do it again?
You caught me in a moment of weakness. I can assure you, that will never happen again.
We shall see.
I'm stronger now. You may have taken Gillikin Country from me, but I rule over all of Oz now. And I have allies.
You have minions.
What's the difference?
You don't have to manipulate the memories of allies in order to win their allegiance. I see the mark of your sacrifice is spreading. Tell me, do you remember why you pledged to aid her?
Enough! Are you ready to help lead my parade?
I told you that I would never help you!
Yes, I remember. But you won't.
You?
You remember her?
It's hazy.
Cloudy.
From a dream?
The dream.
Dream?
I'm so glad that you're here. And safe.
You know us?
Very well.
You know our names?
I do. And I can help you remember them.
Finally.
There's breakfast ready in the kitchen, boys. Why don't you grab a bite? Fill your stomachs, and then we'll tackle the rest.
We need help.
Oh, dear.
This is polychrome.
Yes, I've been expecting her.
How did you know?
Her clipboard is magical. Ozma enchanted it so that China Doll would always be prepared for those who came here in need of assistance. She specializes in fixing the most delicate creatures. Fairy royalty. Daughter of the Sky King. Oh, she's freezing. Come, Griffin, we need to go warm her up.
Thank you.
Margaret.
Margaret? I knew a Margaret once.
Very well. You shared a great deal with her, and she read you stories every afternoon.
I loved hearing them.
I love stories, too.
And you always have. As long as I've known you.
How long have you known me?
A long time.
Not quite as long as I have.
You knew me?
Absolutely. Our adventures were unrivaled.
Now those are some of my favorite stories. My grandmother used to tell me them before I fell asleep at night.
Your grandmother?
Yes. Her name was Wendy.
Magic is a very tricky thing.
In order for it to be just, it must serve the greater good.
I'd like to think that we are fighting for that.
The Tin Man used to think that too.
I don't understand how he could turn on us like that.
It's not entirely his fault.
Mombi has a way of controlling thoughts.
Manipulating memories is more like it.
She extracts key moments in order to control the narrative of others.
She steals their agency.
That is just evil.
So what is preventing us from just remembering all these things she's taken away? There has to be a way to jog one's memory.
When you need to remember an important detail, what do? Research?
Precisely. But what would you do if all the books in your kingdom were suddenly missing? Where would you look?
I suppose I'd turn to my leaders for insight and direction.
Exactly. So, if your leaders were interested in controlling
and altering
the story of a people, what would they do?
Extract the crucial memories.
Destroy the books.
Overthrow the current leadership.
Destroy the people's hope.
Rawr.
Dragons? Come on!
They rarely surface.
Must be due to the disruption in balance. Does the why really matter?
Not the dragons.
Rawr. Run!
We're here. I'm so relieved that you are all here and safe.
What is happening?
Her time is running out.
A storm is brewing.
We're trying.
To brew a storm?
Ozma, we need your help.
Polly?
My dear Captain.
One storm at the ready. My dear Polly, this should help to warm you even when you are standing still.
You really need to take care of yourself.
I will. Once everyone else is all right again.
You need to regain your strength in order to help your people. You can't quiet me down with food this time.
Any developments with the relics?
Still trying to jog their memories.
The curse is making things difficult.
Time is running out.
Tinker?
Smith? Yes.
The memory remaker. Let's have a go.
Let's...
Memory maker?
Remaker. It helps retrieve, remember, rebalance.
At this point, what do we have to lose?
Are you ready to remember?
I think so. Tink! Tink! Who did this to you? That evil hag.
We can help. Grandmother said that we just have to clap and believe that this had happened before.
Right. Yes. All pirates are traitors.
Boo-hoo, you little mongrel.
I hope you know that you're helping to destroy a fairy, and that is blood that never washes off.
Fairy? I thought that this was just about you.
That's enough. I've had enough of you, boy. I have a plan, and I need you grounded in order to implement it. I can't really have this pixie supplying you with more dust, can I?
Tink! Let her go!
Oh, that's exactly the plan.
No. I'll never forget this, you evil witch!
Yes. You will. You remember?
I can't believe I ever forgot.
It wasn't your fault.
Peter,
Is that your name?
it feels so good to say it aloud.
It's lovely.
It's mine. It's time.
Cheshire Cat, you really don't have to follow me everywhere.
I wish you would recognize my fierce demeanor and call me Tiger.
Sorry, friend, I like Cat so much better. It's like a pet name.
I'm nobody's pet.
Nickname.
Not much better. And I will accompany you for as long as Ozma wishes it.
I think she's being overly protective.
In light of the violence against the fairies as of late, we can't be too careful.
Ah, yes. But I'm not a fairy. I'm just a girl.
My dear, you know that you're far more than that.
Where is he? We agreed to meet here. Usually I can tell when he's nearby.
Oh, Caterpillar, you should really give up that nasty habit.
Really now?
Oh dear!
No. Caterpillar?
That's right. No, Caterpillar. No more. No more prophesizing and giving hints to Ozma's little tyrants.
Too far.
You monster!
Run along before I decide to add a rabbit's foot to my collection of lucky charms.
Leave him alone!
What is this? A charm from Lacosta, I'm guessing. Well, luckily I've planned for that. There are loopholes to every curse and every spell, girl. Lacosta's protection is against me, but my allies are growing in number. We can't have him blabbing everything to Ozma now, can we? And you, well, if you tell anyone what occurred, you know that I'll make good on my threats.
And me?
It's time to hide you away where you can't do any more damage.
Alice!
I knew it would be a strong name.
Peter.
You remember?
Dorothy!
The 3 relics back together. I'm glad to see some color in your cheeks. We were all so worried. Thank you, Dorothy. China Doll is a miracle worker.
Margaret, we saw you while we were locked away.
In our dreams.
That's probably my fault. I was working on my memory remaker, hoping it would work remotely.
You knew where we were.
Not exactly. But we have other ways of reaching you.
By painting.
Yes. We made sure to send as many of the historical documents through as possible to the other side, to make sure that Mombi couldn't destroy them all.
Historical documents? Well, it's nice to see you in person.
Yes, both of you. It's been so long.
Zeb was trying to tell us.
Zeb is a traitor.
He helped us to escape, Dorothy.
He helped to lock you up in the first place. He tried to throw me in there, too.
Why?
You 3 are unique to this realm.
We are.
You were not only chosen to come here, but you became leaders, revered by our people. Oz, Neverland, Wonderland. It goes by many names, but the magic is all the same. And it's impossible for humans to reach unless they are invited.
Dorothy.
You should know.
Zeb was just playing his part.
A plant.
To ensure their safety.
Zeb!
You're both here. You're safe, thank goodness.
Thank you for taking care of Peter and Alice when we couldn't.
Then they know?
We do.
It must have been hard to keep that secret.
You were one of mine, weren't you, Zeb?
Most of the Lost Boys have found their way back to the real world by now. Not many made it back.
They got out at the right time, it seems. Things are not so great here with Mombi in charge.
Remember the good old days, you hook? I knew I recognized you.
Pirate scum.
I've come a long way since then, boys. My allegiances have changed.
Gentleman Starkey, it's been some time.
Thank you for your service.
You? The bumbling jester was a double agent?
Hey, I risked my neck for you rebels trying to atone.
We truly appreciate the lengths that you had to go to, dear Starkey.
It's been so long since anyone's called me that.
Soon balance will be restored, and you won't have to be in hiding.
I'll relish that day.
So, what's the next step?
How do we restore the balance? Smith can paint a pathway to visit Lurline. We'll need her assistance if we want to succeed.
Great! So let's get painting!
It's not that simple.
It never is.
I need to mix him some very special paints. How special?
Magical.
What do you need to make magical paints?
A spectrum of colors.
I can help! I'm sorry, Polly. You're still recovering. We can't risk it.
She doesn't have to. Orange.
Yellow.
Blue.
Purple.
Silver.
White.
I insist I won't overextend. Green.
Red.
Blood.
What? I'll do it.
Together.
Not without me. Now what?
We wait.
How do I look?
Regal.
Royal.
It's a little crooked.
I appreciate honesty. Tin Man, dear, would you mind? There. You all look acceptable. Lacosta, are you ready to deliver my introduction?
Yes, Mombi.
Good, good. You're my secret weapon, dear. You know that?
Yes, Mombi. Secret.
Is it time yet?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
Control your tongue.
Empty-handed. You disappoint me.
Their trail just disappeared.
So much for being the greatest tracker in Oz, huh?
Not in front of the boss, please.
It's quite all right. I think that our luck is about to change.
But they have the relics, and they're with Smith and Tinker.
Exactly where I want them.
I don't understand.
Tinker has been working on a memory retriever. Did you know that?
Well, that sounds
Counterproductive.
Oh, I think that we can use it to our advantage. Inventions are funny things. They're even easier to repurpose than magic. I have big plans for this creation.
So you want them to come here?
Oh, yes. It's exactly what I want.
Almost.
Tick.
Finished.
Tock.
There.
Come.
We can't go.
You know that.
I do. I'll tell Mother hello for you. A story for another day, my dear. Dorothy, Peter, Alice, this is our journey to take. Come. I assure you, this place is entirely safe. We'll be back soon. Ozma! You made it! Hello, Lurline. We're here for guidance. Has the time come already? It has. Mombi. Yes. I know how difficult it will be for you to face her. I have strong allies.
That's right.
You must be Dorothy.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Lurline.
You've been a good friend to my dear Ozma. For that, I can never repay you.
I would never ask for anything in exchange.
And that is precisely what makes you so rare. All three of you, adventurers, brave in your pursuits, and good at heart. It's why you were drawn to Oz in the first place. I presume that you all remember who you are, or you wouldn't have made it to see me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Mombi has managed to accumulate far more power than I ever thought she possibly could. She's done so much damage to Oz already, and I fear that it could be irreversible unless you work together to stop her. When she killed my father,
What?
I didn't think that people could die here. There are ways of destroying people and things. The how is not important. What is important is that you know that your memories are the key to bringing light back to the rest of the people of Oz. You need to use the tools at hand to help them remember who they are, what their stories are.
The books.
They're not just books, are they?
They're our history.
Look at how smart you are. It's time. I'll send you straight to the city. Your allies are waiting there.
They are?
But we just got here.
Time moves in peculiar ways here. It's been longer than you think. Curious. Thank you all for coming to celebrate the splendiferous glory of our dear leader, Mombi.
I'm going to be sick.
Hold it together.
What kind of parade doesn't have any food?
You've got to be kidding.
No sign of Mombi yet.
Or her witches.
How are you holding up?
I'm all right. It was the best choice for Polly to head back up to the sky to recover. And I've got a job to do.
That's the spirit.
I mean, not even a pie stand?
Seriously?
He always gets like this when Ozma leaves him alone for too long.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, Lacosta. It's so great to have all 4 leaders of the regions of Oz here to support me on this wonderful day. I thank you all for coming and for embracing the much-needed changes that I have brought to Oz since my ascension. Long live Ozma! Who said that? Oh, so you're here. Well, no need to hide, Ozma dear. Show yourself. I see you brought friends. So did I.
Mombi, it's time for you to step down gracefully.
Why on earth would I do that?
Because you can't win this fight.
My dear naive princess. I already have. You delivered the perfect amplifier. I won't have to erase any more memories. I can just create my own. Tinker, let's make some memories, shall we?
You can't do this.
Ozma, run! All children except one grow up.
Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and of having nothing to do.
Dorothy lived in the midst of the great Kansas prairies with Uncle Henry, who was a farmer, and Aunt Em, who was the farmer's wife.
They
So
soon
she
know
was
that they will
considering
grow up.
her own
looked
life
around
as well that
Wendy,
she could for the
what is
hot
this?
day.
Gray prairie.
Made
One
her
day
very
She was 2
sleepy
years
and
old. She was
tree,
playing in the
nor
garden.
how
And she
measure
rolled another
the
flower
days
and ran with it
black
to her
people
country.
that reached the edge of the sky, all dressed.
Starkey? I didn't know you survived.
Hook?
White Rabbit?
Your Highness!
I'm so relieved to see a friendly face.
Thank you, Your Highness. Dorothy?
Ozma! You remember?
Oh, she made me forget everything.
She made many of us forget, dear Glinda. Balance is being restored.
What's happening?
They're remembering.
Dorothy?
It is you again!
Cross my heart.
Mombi.
Who?
Maybe that's you?
It could be me.
You don't seem like a Mombi to me.
Looks like your plan backfired after all.
What will happen to them now? They seem harmless enough. I'll find them jobs in the Emerald Palace.
You're kinder than I would be.
Shall we go have some dinner, dear friend?
You read my mind.
What are you thinking?
Pie.
Delightful. Pies all around.
I hate playing the idiot, Mombi.
We may have lost this battle, Ginger. But we'll find another opening.
So what now?
We play our part. We wait.
Rawr.